Imagine a Christmas without stress, without runaway consumerism, without that anxiety of last-minute shopping. A Christmas where peace isn't just a wish written on a card, but a real experience. Sounds impossible, right? Well, let me tell you something that will change your perspective. Zen monks have been celebrating the true spirit of Christmas for centuries, even though many of them have never decorated a tree in their lives. Today you'll discover how Zen philosophy can transform your Christmas into what it was always meant to be: a moment of authentic connection, presence, and spiritual awakening. Welcome to Zen Wisdom. I'll be your guide on this journey toward understanding a more conscious and meaningful Christmas. Every year, when December arrives, millions of people around the world are swept into a whirlwind we call the Christmas spirit. But let's be honest. How much of that spirit is genuine, and how much is simply inertia, empty tradition, or social pressure? Zen Buddhism, with its profound millennia-old wisdom, offers us a radically different perspective on this time of year. And here's what's fascinating. It's not about rejecting Christmas or becoming a hermit who runs away from celebrations. Quite the opposite. It's about celebrating more deeply, with greater presence, with more authenticity. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to explore together how Zen principles can illuminate this season in a way you may have never imagined. We'll talk about gifts, family, meals, and gatherings, but from a perspective that has survived for more than 2,500 years because it works. I'll share ancient stories, teachings from legendary Zen masters, and above all, practical tools you can start using today to transform your Christmas experience. Are you ready to discover a Christmas you may have always known was possible, but didn't know how to reach? Then let's begin. Many years ago, in a Zen monastery in the mountains of Japan, there lived a master named Ryokan. He was known for his voluntary poverty and his immense wisdom. He lived in a hut so humble that he owned almost nothing: a begging bowl, a blanket, and a few handwritten poems. One winter night, very much like our Christmas nights, a thief broke into his hut. He was looking for something of value, but he found absolutely nothing. Just as the thief was about to leave empty-handed, Ryokan woke up. And do you know what he did? Instead of shouting or panicking, Ryokan took off the only blanket he had and offered it to the thief, saying, "You've come such a long way to visit me. You can't leave empty-handed. Please, take this as a gift." The thief, completely bewildered, took the blanket and disappeared into the darkness. Ryokan then sat naked beneath the cold moon and wrote, "I wish I could give that man this beautiful moon." This story captures the essence of what Zen teaches us about the true act of giving. And it's especially relevant at Christmas, when we're bombarded with messages about what to give, how much to spend, and what to buy to impress. Zen asks us, what is a gift really? In our society, we've confused the gift with the object. We believe that the more expensive, bigger, or more impressive the wrapped package is, the greater our love or appreciation must be. But Ryokan shows us something different. The true gift is presence, attention, and the shared beauty of the moment. When we give from the ego, we seek recognition. We want to hear, "What an amazing gift. This must have cost a fortune." We expect gratitude proportional to the price. But when we give from the Zen spirit, from mindful awareness, the act of giving itself is enough. There's no expectation of return. No need for validation. Now, let's be realistic. We live in the 21st century, not in a mountain monastery. We have families, social commitments, and yes, society expects us to participate in certain consumer rituals. Zen doesn't ask us to withdraw from the world, but to be in it more consciously. Let me share a few facts that might surprise you. Financial stress during the Christmas season is one of the leading causes of seasonal depression. Many people start the new year not only with a hangover, but with debt that will take months to pay off. Families report more conflicts during the holidays than at any other time of the year. The pressure to create the perfect Christmas generates anxiety, unrealistic expectations, and inevitable disappointment. And here's the most revealing fact. When older people are asked what they remember most about the Christmases of their childhood, they almost never mention the specific gifts they received. They remember moments, the shared laughter, the smell of food in the kitchen, the stories told, the warmth of being together. Zen teaches us something called beginner's mind. It's the ability to see things as if for the first time, without the filters of our expectations and conditioning. What would happen if you approached this Christmas with a beginner's mind? Instead of following the automatic script you've repeated year after year, what if you genuinely asked yourself, what do I really want to celebrate? What truly matters to me and to the people I love? Stay with me, because what comes next could completely change how you experience not only this Christmas, but all future holidays. I'm going to reveal 3 specific Zen practices you can implement immediately, even in the middle of total holiday chaos. And I guarantee they work, because they've been working for centuries. But before that, if you're finding value in this journey toward a more conscious Christmas, I invite you to subscribe to the Zen Stories and Tales channel. Here we share ancient wisdom applied to modern life, stories that shift perspectives, and teachings you can truly use. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. Your future self will thank you. And now, let's move on to what's truly powerful. First practice: the meditation of the perfect gift. In Zen, there is a practice called zazen, which is simply sitting in meditation. But we're going to adapt it specifically for Christmas. Here is the exercise. Before buying any gift, take 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and visualize the person you're buying the gift for. Don't think about what to buy yet. Simply ask yourself, what does this person truly need? What would bring them genuine joy or well-being? And here is the key. The answer that arises after silence is almost always different from the first idea we had. Sometimes you'll discover that the best gift isn't something you buy in a store. Maybe it's your time. Maybe it's a long overdue conversation. Maybe it's simply your presence, without distractions. A modern Zen master, Thich Nhat used to say, "The most precious gift we can offer someone is our authentic presence." Second practice: the ritual of mindful eating. The Christmas dinner is perhaps the most symbolic moment of the season. But let's be honest, how often do we eat on autopilot, worried about 1,000 things, without truly tasting the food? Zen monks practice something called oryoki, which is the ritual of eating with full awareness. You don't need to follow the entire monastic protocol, but you can adopt its essence. Here is the method. Before each Christmas meal, even if only for 30 seconds, pause. Look at the food in front of you. Acknowledge the effort of the person who prepared it. Feel gratitude for having it. Then, as you eat, slow down. Chew mindfully. Savor each bite as if it were the first. This will not only improve your digestion, it will also transform the meal into an active meditation. And something curious happens. You'll eat less, but enjoy it more. Third practice: the family koan. In Zen, there are koans, paradoxical questions or statements designed to break logical thinking and lead you to deeper understanding. Here is your Christmas koan. How can I be fully present with my family while maintaining my inner peace? This is a powerful question because we all know that family can be complicated. Old resentments, dysfunctional dynamics, unmet expectations. Zen teaches us that we cannot change others, but we can change our relationship with them through our own awareness. Let me tell you another story that perfectly illustrates how to apply Zen wisdom to real Christmas situations. There was a Zen student who was incredibly stressed because he had to organize the family Christmas gathering. He needed to please his mother, who wanted specific traditions, his wife, who had different ideas, his children, who wanted fun, and his in-laws, who had very particular expectations. He went to see his teacher and said, "Master, it's impossible. I can't make everyone happy. Someone will always end up disappointed." The master simply replied, "Who told you that your job is to make others happy?" The student was stunned. "But then what is my job?" "Your job is to be present. Your job is to act with integrity. Your job is to offer the best of yourself without attachment to the outcome. Other people's happiness is their own work. This teaching is both liberating and challenging. In Zen, there is a fundamental concept called non-attachment. But be careful. This is often misunderstood. Non-attachment does not mean indifference. It doesn't mean you don't care about what happens. Non-attachment means freeing yourself from the need to control outcomes. It means you can prepare the best possible Christmas dinner and remain at peace even if your brother-in-law doesn't like it. You can give the most thoughtful gift and be okay if the reaction isn't what you expected. You can organize the perfect family gathering and stay centered even if conflicts arise. One of the most famous Zen masters, Shunryu Suzuki, explained it this way. In the beginner's mind there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind there are few. What does this mean for your Christmas? It means that when you arrive at a family gathering with fixed ideas of how things should be, with rigid expectations of how people should behave, you're setting the stage for suffering. But when you arrive with an open mind, willing to see what emerges, with curiosity instead of judgment, everything changes. There's a question I hear often. But isn't Zen a Buddhist practice? Isn't it contradictory to apply it to Christmas, which is a Christian holiday? This is an excellent question, and it deserves a deep answer. Zen, at its core, is not a religion in the traditional sense. It's more a way of seeing, of being, of directly experiencing reality. That's why it can be integrated with any spiritual tradition, or with none at all. In fact, there are Christian Zen monks, Jewish Zen practitioners, and even atheist Zen masters. Because Zen doesn't ask you to believe in something specific. It invites you to experience directly. There's a famous story about a Zen master who was asked, "What is Zen?" The master replied, "When I'm hungry, I eat. When I'm tired, I sleep." The student, confused, said, "Is that all? Everyone does that." And the master responded, "No. When most people eat, they think about 1,000 things. When most people sleep, they dream of worries. To eat when you eat, to sleep when you sleep, to be where you are when you are there, that is Zen." This teaching is perfect for Christmas. How often are we physically present at a family gathering, but mentally checking our phones, worrying about work, or planning what comes next? How often do we open a gift without truly seeing the person who gives it, without genuinely feeling the intention behind it? Zen invites us to a silent revolution, to be completely where we are. When you decorate the tree, just decorate the tree. When you hug someone, just hug. When you listen to a family member tell a story, truly listen. It sounds simple, right? But try it. Try being fully present for just 1 hour at your next Christmas gathering. I guarantee it will be one of the deepest experiences you'll have. Let's return to the beginning. I spoke to you about a Christmas without stress, without runaway consumerism, without anxiety. And maybe you asked yourself, is that really possible? The answer is yes, but with one important clarification. It's not about creating perfect circumstances. It's about changing your relationship with the circumstances that already exist. The Zen master Dogen said, "To be enlightened is simply to be yourself." At Christmas, this means being genuinely who you are, without masks, without pretenses, without trying to be the perfect movie family. It means allowing things to be imperfect and finding beauty precisely in that imperfection. The Japanese have a concept called wabi-sabi, which celebrates the beauty of the imperfect, the impermanent, and the incomplete. Imagine applying this to your Christmas. The turkey gets a little burned. Wabi-sabi, it's part of the experience. The gift you bought isn't exactly what you wanted. Wabi-sabi, perfect in its imperfection. Your teenage child prefers being in their room instead of at the family table. Wabi-sabi, that's where they are in this moment of their life. This is not resignation. It is radical acceptance of reality as it is, which paradoxically is the first step toward any genuine change. And here is the magic. When you stop resisting the way things are, when you stop trying to force an idealized version of Christmas, something opens up, a space for genuine connection, for unexpected moments of grace, for authentic joy. We've reached the end of this journey, but in truth, we're only just beginning. Because the real work isn't in listening to these words, but in living them, in experiencing them, in allowing them to transform your next Christmas, and then every Christmas that follows. I'll leave you with one final Zen story. A student asked the master, "What is the most important message of Zen in a single sentence?" The master replied, "Attention, attention, attention. That's all you need for a transformed Christmas. Full attention to each moment, each person, each experience." If this content has resonated with you, if you feel it could help someone you know experience a more conscious and meaningful Christmas, share it. And of course, subscribe to Zen Stories and Tales to continue this path of applied wisdom. Each week we share ancient teachings that illuminate modern challenges. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any content, and let me know in the comments. Which of these Zen teachings will you apply this Christmas? Remember, the most beautiful Christmas isn't the one you see in movies or on social media. It's the one where you are fully present, fully yourself, fully alive. May this Christmas be your awakening. Until the next Zen story. Namaste.